Hi everybody, Lori here from Unique in the Creek, and I'm melting. Our air conditioning is not working today, so I am melting, literally. We called the air conditioning guy, but whoo, we still are waiting for him to come home from work. He's a neighbor of ours down the street, so hopefully he'll come on soon. Hi everybody. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Michelle. Michelle. Do you see my shirt, y'all? Because I'm melting. It's like Texas heat here in Canada. It is crazy hot. I just got out of the pool because that's the only place I could find some cooling. I even stuck my head underneath the sink in the dish in the kitchen. What?
Michelle says, "Oh my God."
I know, right? Look, all my exes live in Texas. Well, actually, no, they don't. They live in Hamilton, but.
But if you're gonna play in Texas, you gotta have a fiddle in the band.
Oh. It's hot here, y'all, in Canada, eh?
Really?
Yeah, it's hot. Yeah, like I said, my air conditioning's gone down. So if my face starts melting off or my hands start melting when you guys watch the tutorial, that's what's happening. It's freaking hot in here. Anyways.
If she happens to pass out, I'm ready to jump in.
You don't even know. I don't even know what I'm doing. I haven't done the graveyard for probably a couple years now. I did them quite a bit, not last year, the year before. And I haven't done any for almost 2 years now. So you guys are going to learn while I'm learning again. Anyways, oh, we got 60 people. I guess we can jump on. How's everybody doing? Oh, I'm just going to stand here with the fan. Hi, everybody. Hot lady. Yeah, it's not so hot. Michelle's having cold front. It's 85. It is 88 in my house right now. And that's with the windows open. And I went out today and bought a fan, like a big one of those stand-up fans. And I have my little mini one that I use for sleeping and stuff. It is like scorching here. Anyways.
Hey, to be fair, it's a little cooler outside.
Is it cooler outside? We should have did the Facebook Live outside, hon. That's craziness.
Should done. Oh.
Anyways, so I hope everybody's doing good. I'm doing better. Had a crappy week last week. A little bit better this week. Did get to my trailer. Had lots of fun Saturday night with my friends. Our friend's band was playing at the barn at the trailer, so I got myself a little drunk on. So I had a little hangover yesterday, or on Sunday. But, okay. So, you guys all see the whole Crafters Convention thing? Like, how cool is that? That video and everything? Wow. Like, they sent it to me today. I'm like, wow. All these bigwigs. And there's, like, I feel so, I don't know what I feel. I feel intimidated. Like, the names that are on the convention showcase thing for speakers and stuff, it's like really, like, Damon Oates and Regina and Claire Nicole and like all these people I've been watching for a while, and it's like, and then there's little me. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'll wing it. So if I look lonely because nobody's talking to me, because really, who wants to talk to me? Come say hi. Anyways, I guess we'll get this party started. So we're gonna make the graveyard. So I got my Unique in the Creek character board. I have my printout that I got from Staples today that I almost forgot to send over to the printing. Thank God they do it so fast. I got some stuff here. I got some really hairy looking spiders. And all this stuff I got from Dollar Tree. So I got the spiders from Dollar Tree. Now I got these last year, but pardon me, they will be in stock again. They're actually starting, some of the Dollar Tree stores are starting to put their Halloween stuff out. And this skeleton hand that I'm going to use is a glow-in-the-dark hand. So what's really cool about this is when you have your wreath on the door and, you know, the sun's on it all day long, when it goes dark outside, it looks like a floating hand on your door. It's actually really cool. So I put lights in the wreath too, but when the lights do go off, it's just this green glowing hand on your door. It's like really cool. So anyways, it is like it's called a skeleton arm. I get it from Dollar Tree. It's got one of the stake things you can put in the ground. So I don't use that, but I do poke a hole, and I'll show you how we're going to mount it onto our frame. And then you guys probably seen this a million times in the craft stores, this creepy cloth, and you think, what the heck am I going to do with this? Well, this creepy cloth, just one of them, you could make like 6 of these graveyard wreaths. Now, it's really cool. Like the creepy cloth makes it, because it does make it creepy. And then you add the big spider on top of the creepy cloth and the hand coming out of the graveyard. Super cool. So that's what I'm going to use for accessory wise. And like I said, I got all those at the at Dollar Tree. I do have some of this black plastic raffia. It's like the same raffia I bought for the scarecrow and stuff. I don't know if I'm going to use it. I could probably put some in. You know, it's the plastic one, but it does look like real raffia. I don't know if I'm going to put it in. I'm winging this with you guys. For my wreath, I'm actually going to be doing the base. I'm going to be doing in black. Now you guys can mix up whatever colors you want. I try not to use the really metallic stuff because you want it to look creepy, right? And with this wreath, frays are our friend. We want frays. Frays makes it look creepier. So don't cut your frays off, because that actually gives it an even better, creepier look. So I'm going to do my base with black. Now I also have this mesh. It's called black crystal mesh. Yeah, not crystal meth, crystal mesh. It's crystal meth mesh. Anyways, it's the cheapy stuff you get from Paper Mart. It's like $1 or something. This is all the cheapy mesh. So if you're making graveyard wreaths, don't waste your money on the expensive mesh with metallic and everything in it. These are the value ones, I guess you would call them, you know, the floral wraps or whatever. So use those ones. So I'm going to be using black for my base, but I'm also going to be putting some of this.
You know what? It's all about the base.
It's all about the base. I'm going to use some of this swampy green. Nobody cares, babe. This crystal mesh. And I will be adding a little bit of burgundy. The burgundy actually makes it really look super cool. So, but only I'm not going to use a ton of the burgundy, just to add it in spots. Okay, so I'm going to just put this aside. And I'm going to put my camera down like I normally do. One last look at my shirt. Texas, y'all. So I'm going to put you guys down. Ooh, oh, yep. Where's light? I can't see everybody's comments, so you can tell me, honey.
Scott here.
Hi, Scott.
Hey.
Hey, Scott. Hey. We are making a ghoulish graveyard. Woo! Oh, guys, look at these cool lights I found, too. I'm going to be putting these in. Look. I'm going to put these in the graveyard. The red. Now, one of our crafty creekers, she's like a VIP creeker, Nancy James, she had the brilliant idea. So if you have white lights like this, here's my basket of goodies. So the white lights like this. Now these ones I think are colored. Hold on. Yeah. Now what she did, she had all white ones. She colored just the lights with a purple Sharpie for her ghoulish graveyard tonight that she's making with us. And then she turned them on and they were all purple. I have purple lights, like rice lights and stuff, but they're really small, so I didn't want to use them. And then she posted that in our private group about coloring with the Sharpie, and she showed a picture of them, and what an awesome idea. So if you find the white lights and you don't really kind of want to put white lights, you know, in the graveyard, you want it creepy. color them with purple, or even maybe like green or red or something. So if you can't find that color, you can color it that color. Anyways, so I already have one of my frames Mod Podge, but I'm going to go through it anyways, but I'm not going to wait for the drying process, okay? So when you guys print your digital inserts, they look just like this on 11 by 17 paper. So you don't have to worry about, because I've had a few people asking me how they get rid of the instructions. Don't worry about the instructions, because once you cut this out, it's just going in the garbage anyways. So I like to have them on there just for the new people who have never done this before. So, it gives them what to use and how to do it and everything. Okay? So don't worry about the instructions. They're just getting cut away anyways. So I'm just going to cut this out right along the outside of the circle. Now, some of the digital inserts I did, so they are more in the center of the frame. So you'll see that if you bought some, there's a very faint gray line going around the actual center thing. That's because you're going to cut around that gray center, but your sign, like Merry Christmas or whatever, will be right in the middle of your wreath. So, but because this is a scenery, we want it to be the whole center of the wreath. Same with like the faces and stuff like that. Again? I can't wait to get my Archon mount. Oh my gosh.
You have Archon.
I'm getting an Archon mount, but I have to get another phone because my phone sucks too. Okay, so before you do anything, you want to get your piece of twine or string or whatever you're using and put it through the two hanging holes. Okay? And then you're just going to double knot it. And we are cutting that off. Okay, there. Now we got that done. It's out of the way. I'm not digging through mesh trying to find the holes or anything. So we're going to Mod Podge this onto the board. Now make sure there's nothing on it, because if you have something, any fibers or anything on it, it will. Why do you always interrupt when I'm talking?
Well, because it's kind of hard to see what you're talking, but it's kind of hard to see what you're doing.
Why?
It's fuzzy for some reason.
Well, I don't. What if I moved it up? If I move it up, would it stop autofocusing?
Awesome.
Okay, hold on. Technical difficulties. After today's, we need Aaron Ross here to be doing our lives. Because we suck. Is that better?
I don't know.
Okay.
There's a bit of a delay, so.
Okay. Well, I raised it up. Okay, so what you're going to do now is we're going to Mod Podge our center onto the frame. Now, you want to make sure your hanging holes are at the top of your frame when you're going to put your center on. Worst is putting your center on and you realize, oh, frig, that your hanging holes are down here or at the side, and you have to take the center off. Oh, the squad. I cannot wait to this. I was thinking to myself, because Dave and I are driving to the convention. We are driving all the way from Toronto, Canada. So
Why do you say Toronto, Canada?
Toronto, Ontario. Oh, I don't know. Toronto, Ontario. Anyways, we should post. You know what, honey? We should post the way we're going. And see, and if anybody needs a ride, we can pick them up on the way. We're pretty much driving through every friggin' town or state in America, aren't we? We're gonna have a big van.
It's still fuzzy. How can we fix this video?
What videos? Still
video here. It's fuzzy. People are having a hard time seeing.
Oh wow! Let me see. Is there something on the? Wait a sec. Hold on, guys. Is it any better? Does anybody know how to work these
Oh
stupid
my God,
things?
Lori, how do we get those boards on prints?
What prints?
Scott was saying it.
Oh, I need a drink. Okay. So, anyways, yes. So we should post our route as we were going down to where are we going? Illinois. Illinois. I say that all the time. Oh, my sister-in-law, who's American, she yells at me all the time because when I say Illinois, now I do it on purpose. I don't know if we're going. That's why I said I don't know where we're going through, so I'll have to post it. Okay, so you want to. This is your center right here. Okay, you want to kind of make sure your insert is in the middle, and it should be just outside these holes from the center. Okay, so I just smooth it on with my hand, and now I'm going to add just a little bit of Mod Podge on there just to help with my Mod Podge smoother thingy to get the bubbles out. Now, I can't remember who. I think it was Candy. Candy, I hope you're watching. Candy was having problems with the Mod Podge getting bubbles. Are we going through Michigan?
Yeah, somebody asked for going through Michigan. Yeah, I think we'll go through Michigan.
Well, we'll pick some people up on the way. Well, we are, like I said, we are doing 2 days because I can't sit in the car that long.
How long a drive is it? It's about, I think we looked it up, about 11 hours.
11 hours?
So we're going to do it in 2 days just to take our time.
Yeah, there's no way I can sit in the car for 11 hours. No way.
Oh, there we go. The picture's good now.
Oh, is it? Anyways, so there we go. That's the Mod Podging. I have no bubbles. And now I'm just putting a coat on it, especially around the edges. Now, it doesn't matter if you get it all over your board. It's actually a good thing if you get it on your board because it's just an extra sealant anyways. And then you're going to let it dry, okay? Now, if you've used regular Mod Podge like I have, I just used the matte Mod Podge. You can spray it with some kind of clear spray. I use Tremclad. It's non-yellowing UV, and it's for outdoors. Okay, so you can pretty much buy this or Krylon or any of the outdoor sprays. And once this is dry, just give it a good spray and let it dry again.
My
Okay.
design rubbed off when I tried to smooth it out. Is that maybe because you use a bubble jet printer? Maybe?
If you don't use a laser jet, your design will smudge. Okay, I have mentioned that a few times, because the laser, it's actually heated right into the paper. An inkjet is just ink sitting on the paper. So if the paper gets wet, the ink is just going to go and smudge itself. Now, if you lost too much, like if your paper is rubbing off your board, then you've gone too far with your actual rubbing. But if you put a good thing of Mod Podge on your board with your brush, just like a foam brush, place it on and then start from the middle and smooth it out just with your hand, okay? Then go again and put a little bit of Mod Podge on there and get your thing. I really, really like these ones from Mod Podge. They're like a hard rubber and they're angled on both edges. And obviously they do a really good job because they're made by Mod Podge. But and then I just smooth to make sure that it is, I smooth to make sure that any excess Mod Podge that's under there that is not needed comes out. And then once it's all out, I take the brush again and then I just go over top. And it will dry clear.
It says it was laser jet, so maybe you just rubbed too hard.
You probably rubbed too hard. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I'm just going to put this one aside because I did do another one, so I didn't have to wait for this to dry.
Okay.
But if you do have to wait for it to, or you need it to dry really fast, you can get your fan. You can get a blow dryer like Scott. You can wave it up and down. This is what I used to teach at my workshops. I would get them just wave it up and down, or get a paper plate and just wave the paper plate over top. It helps with the speeding of drying.
Would it smear or start breaking up if the paper is too thin and strong?
Yeah, if you did a really well, even this is only 24 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my paper this paper's 28 pounds. Sorry, my Staples has 28 pounds and 32 pounds. So, I don't know. Maybe just try next time. Maybe just try one thing up. So if it was 24 pound, maybe try 28 pound. But it could be just you rub too hard because you don't really. Once you put the Mod Podge on and you smooth it with your hands, then you just, if you get one of these, these work really well. Now, if you're using a credit card or something really, really hard, that may have peeled some of your paper away too. So it's just trial and error. That's all it is. But you don't have to press really hard. Now this one, you can see it's already dried clear. All that is just, that's fog because it's ghostly. And you can see that I have Mod Podge does dry clear, but it's got some shininess. And then I have also sprayed it as well. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I actually wrote my pattern on this one that I just Mod Podged. So I've already wrote my pattern on my frame. That what I'm going to do. The inside holes, I'm going to do a poof technique. So it's just going to go have some poofs going around it, and I'll show you in a second. And then my outer holes, I'm going to do a ruffle technique. So they'll have 8 holes. Now, each of these 8 holes that I'm going to do, I'm going to have black. And this one, I'm going to have black with green. This one, I'm going to have black with gray or the crystal mesh. This one, I'm going to have black with the burgundy. So I wrote on here what I'm going to do. And then this one in my poofs, so each of these 3 are going to have color mesh in it. These ones with single 2s, I'm just going to have poofs. And you'll see what I mean when I'm going. Now, you can add ribbons if you want. You can add anything you want to your wreaths while you're going. I'm a simple person. I like to keep things simple. So I'm just going to pretty much use mesh because with the graveyard, it's going to get covered up with the creepy cloth, and then you're going to put your hand in there, and you're putting a big spider on. So you're not going to see too much of the mesh anyways. So like I said, for the graveyard one, don't be using like really expensive mesh and stuff like that because it's not really necessary. Buy the cheap stuff, just I think it's called floral wrap. It doesn't have any shine to it really, like this one. There's no metallic or anything in it, but it does look really cool on this wreath. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do my base in just this black. Now this black is like a okay. This black is just doesn't have any metallic in it, but it does kind of have a little, I guess it might be a crystal mesh. Anyways, I'm going to do poofs on with this. So, and I'm going to use, now I do have some black, I do have black zip ties here. I'm not too fond of these black zip ties because they do have the big head compared to these zip ties. Even though you can see the length, these are like 8-inch zip ties. I really like these zip ties. I bought off, like, I don't even know what, like 1,000 packs of these. So I will be putting them on the website. They're 8 inches long, so they're much easier to manipulate, like with ribbons and stuff like that, but they still have the small head. So I really, really liked these, so I grabbed a whole bunch. But these ones, you can see it, they're much thicker, and they have a bigger head on them. And they're just, I think they're like a 32-pound weight. That means like how much it can hold. If you're actually using them to hold for cables and stuff. The ones I use, and they have the small head, they're actually 18 pounds, okay? So when you are ordering your zip ties, It doesn't matter what size. Well, it does matter what size. You want to use 5, 6, 7, 8, even 9 if you can find it. But as long as it says 18 pounds, okay, so you can have your small head. Because you don't need any, we're not using it for the strength or anything. So what I'm going to start with is I think I'm just going to start over here. Or no, maybe over here, because I am going to be putting my lights in. Now, normally when I do my character wreaths, you guys all know, I Scotch tape my lights to the board. These ones, I'm going to do them a little bit different because I want to incorporate them into like the top of my wreath, because they are different. And you can, even if you have the other lights, you can do the same. Because we're using dark mesh, the lights will probably get much more covered up than if we were using a lighter mesh. So I am going to kind of integrate these into my ruffles so you can still see the red when we do turn it on. Now, the unfortunate thing with these ones that I did find, they're not battery or timered lights. So these ones you have to turn on and off. But I liked the red, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go with it and see how it looks. But I love Nancy's idea of the just coloring them with Sharpie. That's awesome. Okay, so I think I'm just going to use these clear ones. Yeah, these are 8-inch, and see, you can see it says minimum tensile is 18 pounds. So that's all you need to use for your zip ties. Okay, so I'm going to take a zip tie and I'm going to go from at the bottom and I'm going to go just through this hole. Now this is just going to be my base poof right here, I guess you can call it. So I'm just going to kind of make sure the whole edge is in here. And I'm going to go up and over, top and down the corresponding hole, and just leave a bit of a tail and zip it tight. Now I'll probably be taking that zip tie out when I get around to here, but I want to keep it nice and tight so that when I'm measuring my mesh, it doesn't come out. Now I'm going to make my poofs at 8 inches long. Now you can fool around with it and figure out how big you want yours, but I find this is the easiest way to make your poofs. So Dave just went and cut me a piece of cardboard at 8 inches long. And what I do is I just stick it under your mesh, bring it to the edge, and then that's your 8-inch poof. Okay, now this is 2 holes. I'm not putting any colors in here. I'm just making the poof. So I'm going to zip it tight right now. But the next one you'll see I'll do it a little bit different. Okay. So now I know this is a clear zip tie, but you won't see the zip tie when we're all done. So you're going to turn it over, pull it down, and as you're pulling it down, you're tightening it, okay? Don't get it really, really tight on your board and then try to put it into the hole, because once you put it tight, it's really hard to pull it. So I find that once it hits the board, to pull it tight as I'm popping it into the hole, okay? All right, so this next one is where I'm going to be doing a little bit different. So I'm still going to make an 8-inch poof. So I'm just going to stick my cardboard under there, right against the zip tie. Pull it to about 8 inches there again. I'm scrunching it up. I'm going to go through the back. I always go through the back, and I always go through the hole closest to the center. And if you get in the habit of doing that, all your heads of your zip ties will they will be all the same in the back. Okay, now this zip tie, I'm not going to make tight. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to zip it until I've heard that it's zipped. Okay, if you've used zip ties before, you'll know that it makes a sound. Now, on my board, I'm going from my pattern. I should have wrote it on here, but on my pattern, I have that I'm going to use, where am I? I'm going to use green on this one. So I'm going to do, and you'll see in a second. So I'm just going to cut a piece of this swampy green. I'm going to cut a couple pieces because I think I need about, actually I think I need about 6 pieces of this green. So I'm just going to push this out to the side. Okay. And I'm going to cut some of these pieces. So I'm going to cut mine at 8 inches. You can cut it at whatever size you want, but I'm just going to do like a tube method on the inside ones, and I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second. So because we don't care about frays, right, especially with this one, just wrap it around your 8 inches. Now I have my handy dandy electric scissors. You're going to cut it right off the roll. And now I'm just going to hold this down, and I'm going to cut right up the sides. Okay, there's one side. Now I have no idea how many pieces I'm cutting here. And 2 sides. Oh. So I think I cut probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 pieces in that little bit of time there. So I got 10 here. I'm going to cut some of the burgundy. Now the only burgundy I had was with metallic, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not sure if I need 10 or more, but like I said, I haven't made this wreath in like a couple of years, so just winging it. I know, everybody needs to get a pair of electric scissors, eh? 8. Okay, that's burgundy, we have green, and we got some crystal meth. Let's see how many people picked up on that one. It's pretty quiet. Are we not,
I think everybody's watching.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh, we're over 200 people.
I know.
Oh, that's because Scott sent everybody over.
What?
You know why? Because Scott's not doing a live at the same time as me, finally.
Look at everybody saying A when you say A.
They all say y'all. Maybe I can get them up by the end of the convention. I can get everybody saying A.
Or
I'll probably be the only one saying A.
Or A, y'all.
A, y'all. What else is that we say funny? Actually, maybe I should bring everybody ketchup chips. Ketchup
chips, you say?
Ketchup chips. Have you guys, any of you had ketchup chips before? I know that it's not in the States, so when I go to visit my brother all the time, I always have to bring in ketchup chips. I have to bring lemon meringue pie filling. Poutine is, I think poutine. Michelle, I can't pick you up. I ain't going through Texas, honey. But I might take you up on if I go through for a cruise out of Galveston.
Yeah, butter tarts.
Butter tarts, poutine. Poutine's getting popular even in the States now, I think.
Although I make maple tarts.
Maple tarts, yes. That's what I should bring. Everybody a little piece of that. You know the little maple fudge stuff, and it's in the shape of a maple leaf?
Oh, the maple.
Maybe I should bring, although if there's like 400 people coming, that's like 400.
Yeah.
I'll bring you guys I'll bring a bottle of maple syrup and everybody can pass it around and take a swig.
Poutine.
Yes, ketchup chips.
I think that's poutine there. It's just not the same.
No, poutine wasn't, and they never used to have, I don't know, dill pickle chips. I think they have dill pickle chips now. But I know they still don't have ketchup. And ketchup chips rocks, you guys. You guys don't even know what you're missing.
I love my ketchup chips.
Okay, so I've done some pieces. So I had those. I'll just stick those out of the way.
Dynamo bars.
The 9.
Smarties.
Oh yes, no, smart. Okay. I have a story for the Smarties things. Oh my God, I hope my sister-in-law is watching. So, my brother is married to an American, and he lives over in the States. He just lives just outside Buffalo, and he, like I said, he married an American. So when I first met her, we were talking about Smarties, and because I don't even know how it all came up. But anyways, Smarties here in Canada are like M&Ms. They're like chocolate with a candy coating on it. But Smarties in the States are like, we call them sweet tarts. They're hard, like a sour candy. So we have this big thing all the time, and now her kids love my Smarties because, of course, mine are chocolate. So there's just so many differences. Okay.
Melody, where are you from? She says they have dill pickle and ketchup chips in the States for years.
Oh, really? Maybe just not in Buffalo, or I don't know. So I'm just sticking a tube in there. So I don't know if I even showed how to do it. And I'm going to start putting my lights through. So I'm going to feed this. It's got this weird white thing at the end. Hopefully I can hide that. I'm going to pull it through. I think I might just put it to the edge here before I tighten this. So I'll turn it on so you guys can see what I'm doing. Just putting it through. So I'm going to feed this light through every other one. And then this is going to get glued on the back. Okay. So I want it to the edge here. All right. So I got a poof. And I got one of these tubey things. I think that's all I'm going to do for here. So now I'm going to zip it. I'm going to pull it tight. You can flip it over, or you can just pull it tight and then do them all at the end. All right. So that's all I'm going to do for that one. But now here, I'm going to do something different. So right now, all I'm going to do is the poofs around the inside, and then the outside 8 holes I'm going to do different. Okay. So it won't look like the board is empty or anything, so I don't want anybody to think that, oh my gosh, you can see the board. You won't see the board when I'm done. Let me move all this crap out of the way.
Did you get any more lights in your store?
Not yet. I'm still waiting for them to come out. I don't even have lights for myself. Oh, and by the way, my Mod Podge thing is dry now. So it doesn't take very long to dry. And I lost my... I'm the messiest crafter on earth. The messiest crafter on earth. Okay, the next one is just the one single set of holes. So it's just getting a poof. Man, I should have had my mesh holder here that Stephanie sent me. So you're going through the back with the zip tie, over top, down through the corresponding hole. And this one I'm just making tight. Okay. Now the next one I'm going to make a color. So I'm going to use green. So I'm going to make a poof. Stretch it out so it's 8 inches. So this way your poofs are always the same size. You never have to worry about it too. That's the nice thing about our wreathing system. It really takes the guessing out of wreathing. Like you can write your pattern on your board. Okay, so I left a space. So I just zip my zip tie. I'm going to take a piece of green, I think. And it's an 8-inch piece, and I'm just going to roll it. Just rolling it into a tube. Just like that, and I kind of twist it. And then I'm feeding it through the zip tie right into the center there. Did my clarity come back? Is it clearer now?
Yeah, it seems like when
I move
a lot, it starts to flow through something.
Well, hopefully when my Archon comes, my Archon stand, and I'm getting a new phone, right?
Yep.
Oh, I made a knot in this.
Conan and Arkan.
Oh, I'll be like,
you'll be all set to go.
oh yeah, rocking and rolling. So yeah, I'm having a discussion with we were talking about movies the other day, me and Dave. How many of you have not seen the movie The Outsiders? Like, really? I couldn't believe he's never seen The Outsiders, with Duke for Johnny. With Matt Dillon and Rob Lowe. I guess it was a teenage girl thing, maybe. I don't know. With Patrick Swayze and Ralph Macchio. And good Lord. I had them all over my bedroom. My friend Jane and I.
Posters, not yet.
The posters, yeah. We had them up on our ceiling, like every one of them. C. Thomas Howell. And I still can't believe you haven't seen that movie. I hope I'm sure there are other people. Have you ever heard the saying, like, stay gold, pony boy? No?
No.
No stay gold, pony boy? How about do it for Johnny? No?
Yeah. I've heard that saying.
You know what? You and I are going to have to watch it. You've heard the saying, do it for Johnny? Oh, maybe that's the air conditioning guy. Okay, so I just did one zip tie there. One poof. So next color I'm going to use is that crystal gray color.
Crystal mesh.
The crystal meth.
Mash.
Mess. Yeah, we have to watch that, honey. I haven't seen it.
Scott loves The Outsiders.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's seen it, honey. And then, what was the other one that Matt Dillon was in shortly after that? Something with a fish. It had the word fish in it. Because I was like a Matt Dillon, he was hot. But I think my favorite was me and you.
Yeah, we're both born.
Yeah, both born in Ontario. I was born in Niagara Falls. All my family pretty much still lives in Niagara Falls. My brother is an American now. Well, no, yeah, I guess he's never going to be an American. But he does, thank God he doesn't have that Buffalo accent. No offense, you guys, but holy man, have you ever met anybody from Buffalo? They're up there with the Boston accents. Although I love Boston accents.
Actually, a lot of people, not Niagara Falls, but as you get closer to the border, have the Buffalo accent.
No, not really.
If you go further up north in Ontario and listen to them talk compared to the ones down in the south by the border, you'd notice it.
Well, I was born and raised in Niagara Falls. I never got no. And considering Buffalo's only 20 minutes.
Which way the tie heads facing?
Oh, mine? I always go through the very closest hole. So you go through the closest hole to the center. So you go up through the back, over top of your mesh, and then down through that hole. If you do that the same every time, all your zip tie heads will be facing the same way, nice and neat. So I've just got a single one here. Now you can do all kinds of different ways with this. You can do all ruffles. I was getting bored of the ruffles, so I thought I would do some poofs.
We have an Ontario transplant in Nebraska now.
A what?
Somebody from Ontario living in Nebraska.
Oh. One of the other speakers, I think it's the Sarah. I think it's Sarah or something from Junk Monkey Paints. She's Canadian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's from Newfoundland. Newfoundland. Anybody from Newfoundland's hearing me, but yeah, she's because she messaged me that she was because I thought I'm the only Canadian. And then she messaged me and said she was from there. She doesn't live anymore there, but that was kind of cool.
Brendan wants to know, is it a matter of flat side up or down?
For what?
The zip tie.
The flat, well, always zip tie facing up towards the ceiling when you're putting it in. So as you guys can probably notice that I don't even flip the board over. I can feel with my finger the which way the zip tie is going in. So if I can feel that the flat side is facing the ceiling, I know it's going in the right way. Now you guys, like I said, you can tape your lights like I usually do through it, but I thought I would do something different because these are kind of pretty cool little lights. They were only like $1 or something too. I found them at one of their dollar stores. That's a wonky looking tube. That's okay. Wonky. Oh, this really, I don't know how people do it without air conditioning, I'm telling you. And it doesn't help. I'm on a medication that I have to take that doesn't allow me to sweat. I know most people would love to have that problem, but unfortunately, because I can't sweat, my body core temperature gets really, really hot and I can't cool down properly. So once I get hot, I got to be really careful that I don't get too overheated, because I get really sick feeling and it's awful. Okay, so we're halfway around.
Those lights.
Burger?
Do those lights have a timer on them?
No, they do not. These ones do not have a timer on them, so they'll be a pain in the butt to turn on and off. But they are kind of really cool. So the timer ones are really hard to find. Now I know you can. I've scoured AliExpress. I ordered a whole bunch from AliExpress. Was it last year, hon? Yeah. I ordered a whole bunch from AliExpress last year. And when I ordered them, they said they were timered and all this stuff. So I ordered like 100 sets of them for my workshops. And they came to me and they were not timered. So you got to be careful. And then, of course, I went to try and ask them about being timered, like it advertised being timered and everything, and they have no clue what I was talking about. So I still have all those 100 sets somewhere downstairs. No, I don't. I love fall and spring. If I could have fall and spring weather, does any of the states have like just that nice normal temperature all the time? I don't think so.
What's the temperature here? It's about 30. So what's 30?
It's kind of nice because you know what? When you think of Canada, you think cold.
Around 90 degrees.
Yeah. You think cold, but you know what? Our summers, they're hot. Not as hot as, Arizona, Texas, or whatever.
Yeah, but Arizona's a dry heat.
Yeah. Our heat is different. Like we have
the Florida heat.
Yeah. Like the humidex gets up to what? Sometimes 40, 45? Well, Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit.
What? 40, 45 what?
Celsius.
Yeah. I'll tell
Like
you.
the humidex.
I will tell you.
So it gets hot here.
That's with the
So today was like 30 degrees Celsius and like 42 with the humidex. So I know some of the states.
So 40 is 102.
102. So it's hot. But I do like that we do have the 4 seasons, because fall and spring is really, really nice.
4 seasons.
Oh my God.
How many lights are in a set of lights?
Most times they're 20 lights in there, but you can get all various. I got I got some rice lights. You can buy them on Amazon. They're pretty cheap. The only thing is with the rice lights, you can't. None of them have battery. The timer. I love the timer lights, and you just can't find them anywhere. Like I said, I find them at this one store, and this one store only comes out with them at Christmas time. So I've been waiting and waiting, and of course they don't do online orders. So when they do come out, you have to jump from store to store to get any kind of quantity. If I want a couple hundred sets, I have to go from here to Toronto to and scour each store. This is looking pretty cool. I really kind of like these lights. Okay. So how many of you guys are looking forward to the Christmas tree? Yay! Christmas tree. I know, we're bad. We love to tease. The Christmas tree is done. We're going to try and stockpile them before we actually put them on the website, because we are moving to a large warehouse. So because we are moving, we really didn't want to get the bring out the tree at the same time as we're moving, because it's going to be total chaos. So that's why we haven't put the tree on yet, people. But it's coming soon, okay? I promise. Soy. A soy myself. But I'm having fun with it. I made an ice cream cone.
Ice cream cone was my idea.
Yeah. Dave, all the way.
I'm going to put two of them and make black and white, make the Doppler effect.
We are not doing that.
Anybody that does...
Nobody knows what the Doppler effect is, honey.
If they watch Big Bang Theory, they do.
Well, yeah. Somebody said doing a candy corn. That is awesome. I don't think I'm going to have time to make a candy corn, but that would be really cool. It would be really easy, too.
Please tell me there won't be a limit.
Well, they are going to be a limit at the beginning, guys. Sorry.
Not as bad as the horses,
though. Yeah, the tree doesn't take as long to make as the horse does. So there has to be some kind of limit so everybody can get a few. And then once we get caught up with the orders, what color am I on? Burgundy. Once we get caught up in the orders, then we'll take the limit off. But, we don't want somebody ordering like 100 of them and not giving a chance to everybody else to order them. So we'll do our best. We'll have all three manufacturers going at them. Oh, almost forgot to put my lights in. But the Christmas trees, you guys thought the horses were pretty easy? The Christmas trees are really easy. And I only did them one style. There is many styles you could do it in. I kind of like my little style that I made, because it actually does look like a Christmas tree petal.
No, please, I want to make them for the school teacher. You know what? I mean, I don't understand how you're crying.
I'm crying. Nobody cry. It's okay. It's only a Christmas tree.
I can tell my grandson just stepped in the dog.
All right. And you're not even going to go clean his foot, right? Because you'll miss my live.
She said, I'll be back.
Oh, did she? Oh, we're almost at the end. Well, of our poofs. Okay, so I am at the end of where I put my anchored one. So I think for this one, I am just going to go up and over top. I'm not going to take this zip tie out. Should I take it out? Oh, maybe I will.
Well, the Christmas tree boards be waterproof.
If you spray them. Anything there. Once you put them, like if you're not going to put them like out in the middle of the snow and the rain and everything, they're fine. Because it's a tempered hard board that we use. So it has a coating on it. So when we were developing these, where is my, oh, here they go. when we were developing these, we did try many different products to do it with. And the tempered board was the best at the time. We may be changing things up in the very near future for the flower boards and the character
Don't
boards.
say another word.
Oh, why?
Because we want to keep it secret.
Oh, we're having a secret?
We gotta do a big reveal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But anyways, if you don't put the Christmas tree and throw it in a snowbank, or put it in the middle of the rain, or like right in the middle of any kind of inclement weather, it'll do just fine. I still have a rose. I'm going to show you guys. Now, you guys all seen my flower wall I made. And I've had a rose on my garden gate since January of this year with the board. Now, my garden gate is right in the middle of, like, there is no protection whatsoever. And I'll show you guys at the end of the summer what the board looks like. Same with all the flower things. So I did kind of an experiment with the flower wall. I sprayed certain ones with the Krylon spray. I sprayed certain ones with just normal SPF spray. I used, oh shoot, I forgot to put the light in. Dang. I used really good expensive mesh on some. I used really cheap mesh on some. So I was just doing an experiment. So at the end of the summer, I'll show you what my conclusion was, because I don't know if anybody has actually ever done that. And I'm seeing a huge difference, especially with the quality of mesh. There is a big difference.
Yeah, I should point out that the board is outlasting a lot of the mesh.
Yeah, the board is definitely outlasting the mesh. I'll tell you that for sure. There's no problem with any of the boards. But yeah, there is a big difference when you're talking about the mesh. Okay, I'll fix all this. Now I didn't open all my poofs yet. So I'm all done. I'm going to cut this off the roll now because I am done with the poofs. So I'll just cut it close to them. Now make sure you don't have the wire of your light in there that you cut it. Okay, I'm going to hide that. And this one will be going down here underneath the poof. There. Okay. So I'm going to flip these over, and now I'm going to, so all I've done is tighten them to the board, but I didn't tighten them too tight, so I'm just going to pull, and as I pull, I'm popping them in the hole. So because I went in through the closest hole to the center, you can see that all my zip tie heads are all in the same hole.
You're using 6-inch or 8-inch.
I am using 8-inch ties right now, but they're still, I like these 8-inch ones because it gives you lots of room to work with. And they're still, if you can see, they're still the small hole. So I did buy a lot of these packages. They come in a package of 100. And they were fairly cheap. So once we move into the warehouse and we get all the inventory up and get my inventory. I'm not doing any of it. We've hired a couple more shipping people and inventory people and all that stuff.
Trust me, as it comes into the fall, we've got surprises.
We have surprises? We don't have
surprises.
We have a convention.
Oh, we have.
Okay.
If you are new to this, how do you determine the quality of mesh by price, by supplier name? You've had a video on that, don't you?
Well, it's all trial and error, okay? Like, it's personal preference too. Some people hate the stiff mesh. Some mesh is like really stiff, and I like the stiff mesh. It does what you want it to do, and it goes where you want it to go. some people hate it. It hurts their hands, whatever. I don't like any mesh made from Taiwan. I find it really, really thin that you need like 2 coats of mesh to like 2 pieces of mesh that would just equal one normal piece. I'm just going to put this to the side right now because I'm going to start making some ruffles for our outside edges here. So we don't need this right this second. I'll turn the lights off. Okay, and I'm going to make I need 8 pieces because I have 8 outside. I am going to use black on all of those 8 pieces. Take that off.
Okay.
It is hot. Holy man, where's my fan?
My zip ties won't fit in the holes. Where do you get ties that fit in the holes?
I just went through that. As long as it's 18 pound. So the zip ties you probably bought are probably really heavy duty industrial ones because, well, let's face it, zip ties are not made for crafting. They are made for cables and stuff like that. So most of them are like the big thick head. These are pretty thick. But if you get 18 pound, doesn't matter what the length is, as long as it says 18 pound, it'll have a small head on it. And those are the ones you want to use. So I need 8 pieces. Where'd my...
Joan was asking about the spray Mod Podge. She says she gets strokes, but you usually sometimes mix your
spray Mod Podge.
Yeah, but you sometimes mix your Mod Podge with a little water.
I use with outdoor Mod Podge.
I don't know. She just said.
Okay, this is outdoor Mod Podge. What you can use, it's great to use, especially for the centers, because you want to, seal the center. I find the outdoor Mod Podge really thick. So when I am going to use it, I just use it in a little container. I put a little bit, I add a little bit of water to it, just so it spreads a little better. It doesn't do anything to the, I don't think, to the sealant part of it, but it is kind of thick and hard to spread. So, but I don't know of any spray Mod Podge. Okay, so I'm going to need 8 pieces of black. So I'm going to fold at 8 inches. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Everybody said yay to Barb Green. She got first place ribbon in the fair with a purple flower.
Did she really?
Yeah.
Good for you, Barb. Well, what did she make the which one did she put in? The rose? Yeah, we as wreathers are seeing a lot of roses being posted. But keep in mind, that's only because we're wreathers. So we're seeing a lot of them. The average Joe Schmo, in the area, when they see a rose wreath, they think it's just out of this world. And how did you make that? Because they're not used to seeing stuff like that. So if you're doing flower wreaths in your area, pretty much guarantee that you're probably the only one doing them in your area. So you could take that niche market on and just focus on, flower wreaths if that's what you like making. Because like I said, we see them all the time. I'm sick of seeing roses. No, I love seeing you guys work. We see them all the time. The normal average person does not see them and has not seen them because they're not in stores or anything else. So they're really easy. It's an easy sell because they are so unique. Same with the character boards. There's not anything out like them. So anyways, so I'm going to make some ruffles, and these ruffles are going to go on the outer 8 holes of the frame. So what I'm going to do is make sure the serged edges are at the side and my cut edges are at the top and bottom. And I'm just going to go and scrunch it up through the middle. Now with this, I'm going to turn it upwards. Okay, and I'm going to put a clothespin just like that. Okay, and I'm going to do 8 of these. I use clothespins all the time. So if you guys have watched me before, I'm sure some of you have, you know I use clothespins a lot. They are like the extra hand. So again, scrunching up the middle and turning it. And then I'm going to clip clothespin in the center. So that's 2, 3, 4. So quiet. I never wreath without watching TV. So the only time it's quiet is when I'm doing a Facebook Live. So when somebody asks me how long did that take, literally when I say like 2 episodes of Big Brother, that's pretty much because I don't keep track of time. And that's 2 episodes of Big Brother with no commercials. Because I watch it on the Android box. So it doesn't take much time. Like the Christmas tree was two full episodes of Big Brother. So I think without commercials, that's what, 40 minutes? So 80 minutes, I would say. And once you get doing it once or twice, it's like riding a bike. Like you don't even really have to look down. So I love this system. I know I made it and everything and invented it and everything. And I invented it just for that because I like to craft and watch TV. I like to, and I have to craft and put my feet up. So now I do my Facebook Lives in my living room because it's brighter up here, but I usually do my crafting down in my rec room in my recliner. Oh, I get them everywhere. Dollar store mostly.
Wherever they're on sale.
Wherever. I did get these steel ones. These metal ones. I got them, I think, at Home Depot. And they were a bit pricey, but I tell you, you get what you paid for. Because these things rock. They're like almost like a vice grip. They're so... they're really, really good. But yeah, just dollar store. Like these, I like these ones too. They're plastic, but they got like a rubber in it. I don't know. I have so many clothespins. So how many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I got 8 of these. Oh, you can do anything.
She thinks she'd sell.
Come up with one. Like, no, seriously.
Me?
What, an owl? No. Like, what kind of owl board? Like, owl shape? Or an owl face? You could do a face of an owl and an owl around it. Like the round board. Now, if you took the flower board, nobody's done this yet. So, you guys know that the pumpkin wreath that's so popular right now. If you took a wreath, one of the Unique in the Creek flower wreath frames, and filled that whole flower wreath with just like ruffles and stuff, and then put, fancied it up with all the bow at the top and the stem and everything. There you go. You have like a really cool pumpkin. I know most of them wrap the mesh around the round wreath frame, but that's a waste of math.
Way to go. Freudian slip.
That's a waste of mesh. So there's just so many things that you can do, and I'd love to do them all, and I would just love to keep crafting away, but unfortunately, we are getting really, really, really busy. And like I said, I've hired Tanya. Okay, you guys are probably...
Tanya's on here. She's been speaking a few times.
Oh, is she?
So
okay.
If anybody wants to say hi, Tanya, say hi to
Now,
Tanya.
my assistant, Tanya, oh my gosh, she is like a brainiac. I've known her since she was very, very young. She is my best friend, Tammy's sister. And she is brilliant, people, I'm telling you. So, she lives in Nova Scotia. and I went and visited her, and I stayed at her house a couple nights, and we were talking, and she is she answers she's like been doing all my social media stuff for me and everything, figuring out these bots, because you know what, people, I may be smart, but when it comes to technology, you guys can see from the Facebook Lives, I ain't so smart. The technical stuff, I really suck at. So she has been helping me a lot. So if you guys have been bombarded with the bots and all that stuff, please don't unsubscribe. It is going to stop. She's just figuring stuff out, playing with stuff, just so we can get it streamlined a lot better, because we are getting really big, and we're getting a lot of questions. We're getting, a lot of stuff. So we have to streamline somehow everything. So just be patient. And I do apologize if it is driving you crazy, but it will slow down, I promise.
Who am I talking to on iMessage? Possibly Tanya.
Could possibly be Tanya. I answer a lot of things myself too, so. Okay, so now I'm going to use the outside 8 holes. I'm going to go through the back, and my zip tie head is facing the ceiling. I'm going to take one of my black ruffles I made, and I'm going to have the ruffle facing outwards, okay? Now this is going to give the effect of a large wreath without using too much mesh. How cool is that, right?
Remember the time I sold things, right?
Yeah. Or you were sitting up on the roof smoking at your house, and yeah. Okay, so I got just a piece of my black ruffle and a green piece. I'm going to put I'm going to put the green on top of the black.
Maybe soda so it doesn't spill on your computer.
Oh, thank you.
It's not soda, it's beer. But...
It's beer. Soda. Did you know we say pop? It's pop, not soda.
Well, it's soda pop. When we call it pop, they call it soda.
I know, how weird. Same with garbage. They call it trash, we call it garbage.
Try bathroom. They call it washroom, I think.
Is it washroom or bathroom?
I don't know. I think we call it bathroom.
It's just so weird, eh? All the different things. But yeah.
You haven't done the poinsettia yet?
No, I haven't done the poinsettia. But Michelle from Monkey's Creation, she did an amazing one. I can't top that one. Okay, so I think I'm going to put the color and then the black over top. That's what I'm going to do. So I went.
Canadians can drink.
Yeah, we like to drink. We like our beer. That's one good thing we have is beer. Actually, Dave doesn't drink whatsoever. I like my beer.
Rory, what's on top of your house?
What's on top of my house?
What?
Oh no, when I went to visit Tanya when she was when she lived in Kingston, me and Tam, I don't know where we were coming through. I think we were coming back from Nova Scotia, actually. And we stopped in at Kingston to visit her mom and Tanya. And we pull up, and there's Tanya sitting on top of the roof, smoking. I think she was, 11 maybe? But anyways, she is one smart cookie.
Did you hear we're getting buck of beer? Yeah.
Who's getting buck of beer?
Ontario.
Oh, yeah, you told me that. I don't know what a buck of beer is, but...
It's $1 for a beer.
It can't be good beer, though. Like Coors Light beer?
I don't know. Not everyone in the U.S. calls pop soda.
Oh, no?
It's mainly in the South.
Oh. Although, when I go to Buffalo, they call it soda over there.
Grocery bag as opposed to grocery sack.
Sack? Oh, I've never heard that one before.
Roof or rough? I call it roof.
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 Crick or creek?
Crick or creek.
Crick or creek?
Beer and poutine.
Need I say more?
I love my poutine.
Okay, so I'm just going with ruffles on the outside here, guys. I'm still going with the colors, but I'm putting the color. I got a hot mess here. So the ruffles are facing outwards. I could have probably put more in here.
Here it could say wash the clothes. I always wondered about that when they put that R in wash. I even heard some Canadians say wash.
So I'm putting the ruffles outwards so it gives the appearance of a bigger wreath. Oh, it is so stinking hot, and that guy didn't call us back. We're gonna have.
He probably didn't. He's
I'm
probably
going
sitting in his air conditioned house because he doesn't want to go in the.
I'm going to sleep in the pool. This is too hot, man. All right, I need black and a burgundy. So I'm going to put the burgundy underneath the black. And I got the ruffles facing outwards. Oh, look at, I just have this big, huge mess. I need to, you know what, the next Facebook Live I need to do on the...
Michelle's back. I bet you she feels like crap.
Do you feel like crap, Michelle?
Oh, come on, Tanya. She says, for the record, I think Dave may be smarter than that.
Nah, I don't think so, Todd. He may think he is. He's full of useless information. If you need anything that's totally non-related to nothing, ask Dave. He'll tell you.
Bun of bread or loaf of bread?
What is it?
Bun of bread or loaf of bread?
Bun of bread? I've never heard that either.
And they got their biscuits. I call them buns, and they're
Buns.
biscuits.
Biscuits and gravy. Although I do love me my grits when we go on the cruise.
Yes.
I can't even do this. I'm like seriously melting here.
No, Michelle, that was Tanya says that she thinks that I'm maybe smarter than her. She's just talking under Unique in the Creek.
I'm smarter than everybody. I don't care what y'all say.
Y'all?
Yep.
Hey?
I may be a spaz. I'm a real spaz. I really am.
Well, Tanya called me better, right? Thank you, Tanya. Grits is a southern thing.
I know. I love grits. That's all I eat every morning when we go on the cruise. Because we usually take a cruise once a year. And every morning I get up and have a bowl of grits.
And I go down to the breadatorium.
Dave's in the breadatorium. But yeah, grits with brown sugar. It's probably a faux pas. I don't know if you're supposed to put brown sugar on it.
Feel better, Sandra.
Is she leaving us?
Yeah, she's not feeling well. She's going to go lay down. Round of Trivial Pursuit. I would love that, Tanya.
What did you... Didn't you see the original Trivial Pursuit?
Yeah.
Somewhere?
Who's smarter than a fifth grader? I don't believe that show because I see some of the questions. I don't think those questions are for fifth graders.
I'm definitely not fifth graders. I know.
Yeah. I think they give them the answers.
You think so? No, they can't do that. That would be like, that's cheating. All right, so you can see that, well, I'm going to move all this crap out of the way. I'm just doing the two ruffles. So I got the black on top of a color. Oh, almost done. Yeah, next Facebook Live, I think I have to do it at the dining room table. I just don't have enough room here. I love to craft at my living on my coffee table, but it's just not working. Not working for me, babe.
Barbara's going on a cruise.
I know she is. Where's she going? She never did tell me.
Somebody just asked her where she's going.
Where did I put burgundy? We love our cruises. But we usually cruise.
Western Caribbean on the MSC. What's the MSC?
Oh, that's we've never been on the MSC.
No?
No. We've been to the Western Caribbean many, many times.
Yeah.
Actually, we were is that the Western Caribbean with St. Martin and everything?
Can't remember. It usually involves Mexico though.
I can't remember anymore. We just go wherever.
Yeah.
Although I think next summer we're going to do Alaskan cruise. If we actually have a life by next summer. Because this summer was a total write-off. Because I think we are going to sell our trailer, my friends. I think we're going to sell our trailer, a boat, the golf cart, everything, and travel. I got the bug. I never, we travel a lot, but mostly in the States, and, we travel in the winter where it's, when it's cold and we don't want to be here. But after being to Nova Scotia this summer, I would really like to see the rest of Canada. It was absolutely gorgeous. So I'd like to go out to BC and in Alberta, up into the Rockies, all that stuff. Maybe see the Northern Lights. That would be really cool.
That I've seen.
You've seen it, but I've never. So
somebody else leaving Friday on an Alaskan cruise.
Oh.
All these people going on cruises.
Oh. Next year, baby. Alaskan cruise. Yeah, because they usually only go sail out in the summertime.
Well, it's kind of hard to sail through Alaska.
Yeah. We don't cruise through the summer though, because it's hurricane season. You never know. I'm too scared. Okay, I have one more left. Not sure if I like this curly thing. I don't know. We'll see. And what color? Burgundy.
Go to Newfoundland too.
Yes, I want to go to Newfoundland. I want to go to New Brunswick. I'd like to go all over. I'd like to travel the States too. We haven't. The only time we really have traveled the States is when we go to Florida because our cruise is leaving out of there, or LA because our cruise is leaving from LA. We haven't really been to. I've been to Florida a lot of times.
Do a train trip across the Rockies. The only thing with trains is they are really expensive.
Yeah, the train is expensive. We took a train to New York City when we went on a cruise. We left out of New York City. It was a 10-day cruise. That was cool. We took the train down from Niagara Falls, New York, and then we flew home, thank God. But it was fun. But yeah, we stayed in New York City after the cruise. We went on a 10-night cruise, and then we stayed in New York City for three nights and did New York City, and that was a lot of fun.
Phil says come to Texas. There's a lot of places in the States I'd love to
When
go.
is it cold in Texas? The coolest?
I would say in the wintertime.
Yeah, but what is cool? What is cold in Texas in the wintertime?
Come to Mississippi. Memphis is the home of the blues. That'd be an interesting Memphis.
Okay. We have, let's see what we have here. Oh, I'm not too sure if I like these lights. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, okay, now you can go around and open up your poofs if you haven't done so already. So that'll make your wreath nice and full. So you just go in and find each serged edge of the poof and pull it open.
Michelle says in January you may get to 40 twice.
Oh, she needs to come here then, and her grandkids would love the snow. Go tobogganing.
Nobody loves the snow.
No, I know. Skiers like the snow. Okay. I just can't do this. Oh my God. I'm heating up. Babe, we're going to have to sleep outside. Maybe we'll just drive to the trailer to sleep. At least there's air conditioning up there. Okay, so I'm just going around and opening all the poofs up. I don't know. I think that's what they're called, poops. Now, if you use mesh with like the metallic and stuff like that, you'll get definitely a lot more coverage. But again, like I said, we're going to start adding some accessories to this, and you pretty much won't see the mesh anyways. I hate when mesh sticks upon mesh. And then make sure your ruffles are sticking outwards.
Oh no, Canada's too cold for me. Michelle, have you ever been here?
No, did you see how tan she is? She don't see snow. Although she told me the other day she's going to Mexico. It's like, why would you go from Texas to Mexico? I can see Canadians going to Mexico. But that's like, isn't that going from
Hot
the from the boiling water right into the fire? I don't know. She's just going for the all you can eat and all you can drink booze and stuff. Yeah, that's what we like to cruise for.
My trip, I want to go to Bora Bora.
Bora Bora.
Bora Bora.
Where even is that? Isn't that like somewhere in the...
Down by Fiji and everything.
Where's Fiji?
In South Pacific.
I'd like to go to Australia one day. One day. Although, we have a few people that watch from Australia all the time. Maybe I'll just crash at their place.
Just show off.
You know what? We could make a business trip to Australia because we are going international, right? So, technically...
You know what we do?
We could make a business trip anywhere. All right.
50th birthday present to herself. You know what we do? We go to all these places and go to one of the people on our lists. Here,
we stay in their house.
And we do a wreath with them.
That's a cheap way, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. So I went around and opened all my ruffles. Let's see if you can see this. I'm going to push this, bring this down. I don't know if it's going to autofocus again, but now I'm going to get rid of all this crap so you guys can see what I'm doing. I have crap everywhere. I'm the messiest crafter known to man. Ain't I, honey? Known to people. I need another beer. It's freaking hot.
There's no cold beer.
Please, did you not put some in the fridge?
I put some. They won't be cold yet.
Well, that's okay.
The mountains aren't blue.
The mountains aren't blue? I bet you they are now. Can you please? I'm sweating here, honey. And I don't sweat. Okay. I'm getting rid of all my crap. So you can actually see the wreath. Because I'm going to add accessories. I'm going to accessorize. Whew.
The mountains are blue.
Mountains are blue. I bet you they're blue. You put it in a while ago. Okay, here we go.
It gets below 70 and we get our cups out. Really, Michelle?
Really? That's like when I went to California. Everybody was saying, when I was in California, we're walking around in bathing suits and everything, and they've got sweatshirts on. It's like, what the?
Anything under 100 would be cool in southern Nevada. You know what? I went to Las Vegas one time, and it seemed like the people didn't come out of their houses during the day because it was so hot.
All right. We are ready to accessorize. I'm just pulling.
They're pale blue.
They're pale blue?
They're pale blue.
I'm going to turn my glue gun on. Yep, that's blue enough for me. They're going to think I'm like the alcoholic wreather. I am the frugal alcoholic wreather, but I'm not an alcoholic.
You're welcome to come with us and stay with us. We will craft together, but we live in Ohio. It's kind of boring.
Ohio? Where's that?
Really?
We did not have to learn American geography.
You go down through Buffalo, and then you can go through Pennsylvania, and then into Ohio.
I went to Erie. Shopping is great in Erie. But know. Do the Americans have to do Canadian geography?
No.
No? See, we didn't. Did you have to do American geography when you were growing up?
I can't remember. I don't know.
Oh, really?
I must have because I know an awful lot about it.
Yeah.
My
All right.
mother said yes, she did.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
I could have, but I really didn't pay attention to geography.
History and geography. I love my history.
Yeah, you self-taught yourself. Okay, so when you get your creepy cloth stuff, it is really, really awful to work with mesh. I'm just gonna heads up you now because it likes to stick to the mesh. Heads up you now. Now, like I said, with one creepy cloth, they're pretty big. And they come in like black, gray. I kind of like this one. This creamy colored one. So it's like, look how big it is. And it still is not even right open. So what I'm going to do, we're not going to use this whole cloth. So I'm not even going to open it totally because I'm just going to cut a piece.
My husband loves Labatt. Isn't that strange? He loves Labatt's blue. People down there love the Canadian beer. People up here love the American beer.
Yeah. Well, Canadian, even though you have Labatt's blue over in America, but I don't know, most of it doesn't come from Canada, does it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, so I'm just going to cut a piece. I'm not opening it all up. Don't let your kids get a hold of this because it will be everywhere. Okay, so, and then I can open it up more. And you can see how extremely messy it is, but it is like really cool. So, okay, got that ready. Now I'm going to open up the hand. Now, like I said at the beginning, this hand glows in the dark. So if it's exposed to sunlight, so it's like anything glow in the dark, that it has to be exposed to light, and then at night it will glow. But it looks really cool on the door because it looks like a floating hand on your door. Really cool. So what I do now, you can tell which way is like the palm up. So I'm going to poke a hole just with my scissors down at the bottom. Okay, just like that. Because there is a hole already on the bottom of it. We don't need this stake thing. Okay, and I'm going to get my spiders. Again, I got all this accessory stuff at Dollar Tree. Oh, you know what I don't have?
What's that called again? It's not cheesecloth. What's it called?
No,
again?
it's called creepy cloth.
Creepy cloth. That's
Creepy
a dollar
cloth.
store.
Yeah, it's called creepy cloth. There's gray, black. Yeah, see, it's actually called creepy cloth.
First time here. Where are you all from?
We're all from Canada. Okay. So this is it's actually a really cool spider. It's got like, it's velvety and stuff. It really actually looks like a spider. That's why I picked these ones, because it's kind of cool. It's not like cheesy plastic looking and stuff, so it really looks cool. And I usually, at Dollar Tree, I don't have one with me, but at Dollar Tree, when the Halloween stuff comes out, okay, they have this black crow. It's a plastic black crow, and it's one of those sensor ones that when somebody comes up near like your wreath or whatever, it'll start cawing. It is like the most annoying thing ever, but it makes this wreath awesome. So I didn't grab one. I didn't have one from last year, but they should be out again with the Halloween stuff. If you see them, grab them, because then you can stick it on the top of the wreath or somewhere in your wreath. And then when someone comes to knock at your door, it starts cawing at them. And it's like, it's $1, but it's really cool. And it goes in with this wreath really nicely. Okay. I don't know if that's going to be big enough. I'm going to need a zip tie. for my hand. Now the creepy cloth, I just kind of drape it over, and I'm going to zip tie it to a, or you can just add a little bit of glue. But man, this is a mess. And the spider, I usually E6000 the spider right onto the creepy cloth. But I'm going in my bag of tricks here. For tutorial purposes, I was just going to wire it in. Oh, there's my wire. I'm just going to use some wire. So if you just wrap, I think this is like 20 gauge. Oh no, sorry, I meant 30. It's 30 gauge. It's going to wrap it around and twist it. Now, like I said, you could just glue it on. You can hot glue it on if you have like Gorilla Glue, or if you have a long black zip tie, you can just put the black zip tie around the body and zip tie it on. But I'm just going to wire it on for now. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I have my hot glue gun plugged in because I'm going to glue this pain in the butt battery pack to the back of my wreath. So you want to make sure you glue your battery pack so that they can open it. So there's the switch there. You want to make sure you glue, put some glue in, Laura. You want to make sure you glue it where the door of the box is accessible to change the battery. Okay. Now, if you want to wire it on, you can just put wires from the other side through here and just wire it on, or zip tie it on if you have like a 10-inch zip tie that you can thread through, or you can E6000 it on. That won't move from at all. Okay, so now your hand. What you're going to do is you're going to take your hand. Now, I like the hand so it kind of looks like it's coming out of the graveyard, but it's on the mesh. Now, keep in mind that this is going to glow in the dark, this hand. So it's going to look like it's coming out. I'm going to shut these lights off. You want it looking like it's coming out of the graveyard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to thread this zip tie through the hand. Now the palm is going to be facing down. Now you guys can put ghosts or whatever else you want. This is just what I thought it was really cool when I was doing these. So I just thread the zip tie through that hole I poked with my scissors, and then the bottom hole. And then I'm going to find, is that where I want it to come from? Yeah. So I'm going to put my zip tie end. You're going to have to move, I have to move the head out. I'm going to move the head out so I can use these two holes here. And I'm just going to put that hand through there. Alrighty. So you don't have to really wire it on or anything like that. Okay, let's flip this over. So. Okay, so my hand is on there. So I can move that however I like it. I think I'm going to leave it. So you can put glue once I figure out where I want to put it. You can put a little bit of hot glue or whatever, E6000 or whatever, on the fingertips on the bottom side of the hand, so it will stay in place. Okay, I'm going to leave that like that until I'm ready. Okay, and now this pain in the butt stuff, this creepy cloth, you can drape it however you want. Now, once you put it on, it pretty much sticks to the mesh anyways. And I like to have it hanging down off the wreath. And put it in my hand. Now this is really long, so I'm going to cut some of it off. It really sticks. Now we want it all stretched out, and because it's supposed to kind of look like webs and creepy and stuff, so I want it hanging off. Okay, and I think I'm going to put a little bit maybe up here, coming down this way. You guys can fool around with whatever you want with your cloth and stuff. You don't want to put too much on it to get it too busy. This is going to hang off. And then I'm going to take a zip tie, or you can use wire or whatever. You just need to, like I said, it's sticking to the mesh to begin with, and you can go and do little bits of hot glue in different places and just kind of press on it and it'll stay as well. But like I said, it really likes to stick to the mesh anyway, so.
All your beautiful work.
Nah, it doesn't. That's why I said don't use expensive mesh. But once we hang it up, I'll have it's hanging more off the wreath. So I'm going to, I have 2 pieces of creepy cloth here. I'm just going to put a zip tie going through. Oh, I don't want that zip tie. Or even wire. Maybe I'll use some wire. It's really telling you it's really not going to go anywhere once it's on the mesh because it really likes to stick to it.
What concern is covering too much of your wreath?
What?
So everybody seems concerned that you're covering up too much.
Oh, no, I'm just putting it on. It's not going to cover it all up. I promise. So I just put a little bit of wire through the cloth, and I'm going to kind of feed it through the zip tie here and just knot it. Like I said, it's really not going to come off too much of the wreath because it likes to stick to the mesh. There, I just did a few knots on there with some 30 gauge wire. Okay. So now I know it's secured on there. Okay, now where's my spider? Now my spider I want to put on the creepy cloth because I want it to be seen. Oh, I don't like this. You can see the silver wire. I don't want that. I think I'm just going to hot glue it on, guys. You can, if you have black zip ties, you can zip tie it on. It's not heavy. It's just plastic, but it's covered with like a velvet. I'm just going to glue it onto the creepy cloth. Now you want to make sure it's on the creepy cloth so you can actually see the spider. See, if you put it on, like on the mesh, you can't really see it, but you can see it much better on the spider. And you can add all kinds of things to it and make it creepier. Like I said, once I hang it up, the cloth actually just like hangs off the thing so you can move it around. So I'm just going to put some hot glue on the back of it. It's flat. The spider's flat. Now I got Gorilla Glue, which works just fine here in Canada, no problem. And I know my friend Michelle says it melts in Texas. Okay, and now I am going to affix my hand to where I want it. See, now when I was talking about the crow, I would like stick the crow somewhere up here or even off on the board and stuff so you can barely see it, but it scares the crap out of everybody that comes up. It's really cool. All right, so I think I want some creepy cloth in the guy's hand here. Oh, there we go. There we go. Hey, that looks good.
A.
What?
A.
B.
You said A.
I said B.
There you go. Every time Lori says A, take a drink.
Okay. There. Done. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put some glue on the edge of the fingertips. And keep in mind, we've already...
I'll be drunk.
Who said that?
ED.
Why do I say A lot? I know Lauren points it out all the time. Nobody says A more than my dad.
Yeah.
My dad says it a lot. All right. That hand is on there. It's going to be glowing in the dark. That's it. Now let me hang it, bring it up so you guys can see. Okay. Look at me. Look at me. I have a bead of sweat. It is hot in here. Okay. So now I'm going to maybe bring this.
I have to get some cans to watch Lori.
Got a what?
Get some cans to watch Lori.
Oh, is that the air conditioning guy? I doubt it at 10 to 10, but...
I didn't want to drive only down the street.
Oh. Babe, we're going to have to sleep in the pool. It's too friggin' hot. Okay, what do you guys think?
Where's your bat?
Oh, I don't have it. The crow. Oh, shut the lights off. Shut the light off. So we can get the better effect. Shut all the lights off, love.
Then it'll be dark. You won't be able to see the camera.
No, we want to see the lights and that everything.
Okay, then.
So they can really see it. So did you guys have fun? This was fun, eh?
Take a drink.
Take a drink. Okay, right. We're getting creepy in here. Creepy and unique in the creek. Woo. Woo. That's pretty cool, actually. The red. Look at it, hun. I look beautiful in this light. Anyways, so when the lights are off, when the hand is in the sun, it looks cool, eh? You guys see it? What do you guys think? Okay, now I need lights. Lights back on, Garcon. We need the clapper.
Clap on. Clap on.
So that is the Ghoulish Graveyard Sans Dollar Tree accessories. Remember, get the cheap mesh. Cheap mesh. No expensive mesh for this. As you can see, we're gonna creep it up anyway, so get some of the green in there. You guys might not want to do tubes. You'll probably figure out your own way of what you want to do it. But it's a lot of fun to make. I like it. I really like the red. I didn't think I would like it, but look at that red when it's glowing up on that. God, I really suck at this. The red glowing on the grave there, that is so friggin' cool. Okay, that's me. That's it. That's my Tuesday night. So thanks for hanging out with me as usual. Oh, I forgot my snowball. Look at this, like this microphone thing. Isn't it cool? It's like one of those old-fashioned things. I don't even know if it was working or not. Okay. You don't like the cloth, Cynthia? Yeah. You don't have to put it on. It makes it creepier, but I put a lot on. I could probably put a lot less on. Actually, you know what? I think I might cut this part off.
The arm looks like it's dripping blood.
Oh, that's another cool thing we could do. So you guys can do it whatever way you want. I just give you guys ideas, and you guys run with them. Okay, I'm melting. I think I'm going to go in. Oh, did you shock the pool? Oh, want to go jump in the pool? Naked? We have no kids home. Okay, we're just gonna go swim now, me and Dave. So anyways, let me see. I mean, I haven't got to see everybody's comments and everything, what everybody's doing.
We're all drunk because you said A too many times.
That's hilarious. Skinny dipping? No, Michelle, we don't do skinny dipping.
Nobody's skinny around here.
Yeah, we chunky dunk.
Chunky.
We don't skinny dip, we chunky dunk. I cracked myself up. All right. Okay, guys, I'm going because I'm looking how hot I am. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. I can't get out.